Our scriptures provide detailed descriptions of how to invoke His presence on the earthly plane, the visualizations that manifest Him, the mantras, sounds that invoke Him, how He looks, His various dimensions, the actions that please Him and have His blessings rain on you, the times in the past when He has manifested for us and led us through a breakthrough. Hinduism knows the art of communing with Paramashiva to manifest any reality we want. And when our effort and all the knowledge isn't enough, He Himself incarnates in human body to show us how, to liberate us, to show us where we are stuck, to take us to oneness. Pratyaksha Pada Puja to His Divine Holiness Paramahamsa Nithyananda, Paramashiva incarnate. Sit at His sacred feet. Let Him awaken you to your field of infinite possibilities, to your oneness with Him. Register now. Pratyaksha Pada Puja.
Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously.
Nithyanandam Paramashivoham Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Satgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam, everyone. Welcome to this special segment of the sharing the experiences of the Bhava Samadhi sessions. Fundamentally, we are all seekers, seeking for our highest truth. Seeking is what? Becoming our basic fundamental necessity and experience. Today, your seeking has led you to the avatar, the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, and where you are experiencing breakthroughs in your life and manifesting the rejuvenation and reinvention and break free from all your inauthentic and identities and incompletions. Today, we have few disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to share the experiences of what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been blessing. We welcome each and every one of you over the globe from 150 countries for this experience to listen to each one of their sharings. So before we start, let's understand who is the avatar, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and what are his contributions in a nutshell, in a brief. So the grand narrative of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. The advent of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in Tiruvannamalai. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, born on January 7, 1978, in the holy town of Tiruvannamalai, India. On 17th July 1981, at just the age of 3, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, was initiated into Bala Sannyas, the child saint, by the enlightened beings, masters, and his predecessors through a ritualistic way. The science of identifying incarnations. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was identified as an incarnation by the enlightened beings and masters such as Yogiraj Yogananda Puri, Vidyavan Panduranganath, and the 230th Guru Mahasannidhanam, the Pontiff of the Tondai Mandala Adinam of Kanchi Mutt. You can see the photographs of the coronation at the age of 16 to revive the Kailasa. You see the photograph on the left. This photograph of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was organized to be taken by his Vedanta Guru, Mataji Vibudananda Puri, also called Mataji Kuppammal. You can see there is the corns and the Kamandalu, the water pot, to the left of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and a wooden staff at his right. All of it were given by her as the traditional items that are handed over along with the official induction as a successor into the lineage. With the Vedanta Guru, Mataji Vibudananda Puri, also called the Kuppammal, during this initiation, a few traditional items are given to the disciple as part of the coronation. The staff that Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is holding is one of the items which are given to aid in the spiritual wanderings lifestyle, useful for various purposes. You can see some photographs when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism were very young. The temple monastic complex of his guru, Mataji Vibudananda Puri, in Tiruvannamalai was built brick by brick by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. His gurus guided him and he followed. His early days mission, you can see on 4th November 2002, at the age of 24, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism establishes the headquarters, the Adi Kailasa Sarvajna Peetham, South India. And the 2004, at the age of 26, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducts mass living enlightenment meditation conventions, taking people through powerful cleansing processes of our 7 energy bodies. And at the 15th April 2005, at the age of 27, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism welcomed with a proclamation message by the mayor of St. Louis, USA, Francis of the Slade. And the 14th April 2001, at the age of 23, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism established the first Kailasa temple monastery in Tiruchendur, South India. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to own handwritten annotation on photograph. You can see some of these photographs of his early days in mission. 2005, at the age of 27, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducted massive living enlightenment initiation conventions in South India. And 6th April 2005, discourses on stress to de-stress. The Oklahoma Medical Baptist Center, USA. And you can see the last, towards the right. On 26th Jan 2010, at the age of 32, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducts the mass living enlightenment initiation conventions across South India. You can see some more photographs in his early days in mission. 18th September 2015, Kumbh Mela, Nasik, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism initiates thousands into mass living enlightenment. And you can see the photos to the right, where on 5th May 2016, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism initiates thousands into mass living enlightenment at the Kumbh Mela festival in Ujjain, India. And there are various other photographs that you are seeing. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism ordained as the 233rd Guru Mahasannidhanam, the Pontiff at the Kanchi Kailasa Sarvajna Peetham, that is Tondai Mandala Adhinam. And the incumbent, he's also initiated as the incumbent emperor of the Surya Vamsha Surangi Samrajya. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism also present the 23rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Dharmamukhi Swargapuram Adhinam. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the present 293rd Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, the Pontiff of the Kailasonnata Shamala Peeta Sarvajna Peetham. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the present Mahamandaleshwar, the Supreme Spiritual Head of Mahanirvani Akhada, the largest apex monastic order. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 1008th Acharya Mahamandaleshwar, the head of all spiritual leaders of Atal Akhada, the ancient apex body of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by the congregation of over 1,000 Hindu leaders, the pontiffs. The sovereign state of Sri Kailasa. The Kailasa is a macrocosmic ancient Hindu enlightened civilization nation whose vision is living enlightenment for all of humanity. Kailasa's mission is to revive and share with the today's world the practical applications of the greater sciences of authentic Hinduism, including Hindu cosmic physics, Hindu alchemy, Hindu cosmology, Hindu biology, Hindu mathematics, for manifestation, and other sciences as revived by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. These sciences were once practiced freely in over 56 nations across the continent, but are now facing extinction due to the persecution over a millennium. Sri Kailasa's project, we can see the Sri Kailasa's United Nations, 108 initiatives support a variety of humanitarian services, which collectively allows for the creation of an enlightened, peaceful, sustainable, equitable, resilient, and thriving world. I can see the various other contributions of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, that 1 billion days served over the past 27 years. Every month for the past 27 years, the Hindu ASMT community has served more than 3 million Annadhanams that is pre-organic meals as per the tradition in religious gatherings to everyone without discrimination. And 10,000 meals are served daily free of cost and up to 100,000 on festival days. Kailasa's protective and preventive COVID care centers offered by the SCON for affordable and holistic healthcare. During the pandemic, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism converted his monastic campuses into a multi-layer quarantine facility free for all people, regardless of any differences in age, gender, caste, creed, ethnicity, color, or socio-economic status, food, shelter, internet. All basic facilities, including free medical care for an indefinite period of time. And 30 million citizens followed Kailasa's 28-day spiritual regimen in 2020. And some more contributions of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is establishing the Nithyananda Hindu University. The Nithyananda Hindu University is the world's largest Hindu university. And the Nithyananda Gurukul on October 2, 2006, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism inaugurated the Nithyananda Gurukul, the revival of the ancient Adi Shaivat Guru disciple education and authentic knowledge transmission system based on enlightenment. And Nithyananda Hindu Dhyanalaya, which is also called libraries, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism established the Nithyananda Hindu Dhyanalaya to collect and preserve the 1 million Hindu scriptures while ensuring that knowledge is made accessible and shared free of cost to all, collecting and preserving 1 million source books of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has authored 10,000 plus books in 3 languages, translated in 50 languages, published 10,000 articles, given 10,000 plus hours of free discourses with 1 billion views. The Kailasa's Hinduismpedia, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism collected more than 15 terabytes of digital books and rare manuscripts from all 19 Sarvagyapeethams, ancient muds and ashrams. 1 million pages on Hinduism, the collection of 22,000 digital books and 1,000 e-textbooks and 1,000 plus articles on various topics in Hinduism. The conferences for the world peace offered by this the peace walk in 2009, a month-long peace walk covering 1,000 kilometers and 1,000 villages to bring together in harmony from all walks of life to promote feeling connection and oneness among people. During these walks, health camps were conducted in villages along its path. Kailasa's Yogini Sarvagyapeetha, establishing the yoga and meditation universities to empower their quality of life and emphasis on life solutions through Vedas and Agamas, empowering the indigenous rural women, fighting against wrongful gender stereotyping, gender-based violence, and lack of inclusive and quality learning environments. Some of the initiatives include Kailasa's Nithyananda Lakshmi, a microfinancing service, Kailasa's Women Foundation and Women Empowerment Self-Help Centers, launched in 108 places around the world since 2009. Kailasa's Ankita program, providing foundational literacy about working of basic community service and infrastructure establishments, and Kailasa's Akshaya program, providing vocational training program into rural and indigenous women to provide equal opportunities and access to independent, self-sufficient financial environments to them. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism contributions towards yoga, that is Nithyananda Kriya, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, revived the 108 scientifically validated kriyas specifically targeted to 108 major diseases or disorders such as the diabetics, arthritis, blood pressure, and rheumatism, arthritis, etc. The revival of ancient traditional forms of yoga, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revived the ancient pole yoga, that is called Shiva Stamba Yoga in Sanskrit, and the rope yoga, also called Kundalini Raj Yoga in Sanskrit, in which the yogic asanas and the weight balancing techniques are performed to create the yogic physiology, aligning it to cosmic geometry that manifests the super consciousness powers. The Guinness World Records, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was awarded 2 Guinness World Records for the largest rope yoga and the largest pole yoga classes, bringing the worldwide attention to these extraordinary forms of yoga. Despite being heavily persecuted continuously for over a decade, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Nithyananda Paramashivam, is unwavered in his intention, commitment, and action in building the only Hindu nation, the sovereign state of Sri Kailasa, to protect, revive, and preserve Hinduism, the most ancient, most peaceful, still living, and the long-lasting, demonstrable system that shows the possibility of peaceful coexistence amongst the people. The sovereign state of Sri Kailasa, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization nation, first nation of Hindus. Kailasa is the first nation of Hindus led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, spoke on behalf of the 2 billion global Hindu diaspora at the 14th session of the United Nations Forum on Minority Issues, the second meeting, a significant milestone in the history of Hindus, and the sovereign state of Sri Kailasa happened on December 2nd, 2021. His Excellency Sri Nityamoksha Priyananda, Ambassador and the extraordinary and represented the persecution of Hindus at the 14th session of the United Nations Forum on Minority Issues. The theme of the forum was conflict prevention and the protection of the human rights of minorities. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is survived over the 70 assassination attempts and the physical attacks on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in India and abroad. 40 attacks on community members, the destruction of monasteries and temples, over 60 incidents of attacks, molestation and rapes of women and women monks, the intense lawfare via over 100 false legal cases, all but one are dismissed. The intersectional persecution using the entire government mechanism, politically owned media, police, and judiciary controlled by politicians, inciting mob violence via social media. Now, I would like to share the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism contributions of his recent initiatives of the Kailasa's Ishanya project. The actual truth is humanity as a modern society has already reached a state of technology and infrastructure to provide food, clothing, and medical care for all 8 billion people calling planet Earth home. Unfortunately, our decision makers have not reached the necessary conscious level to make the humanitarian decisions of providing basic needs for all 8 billion people. The survival needs for all 8 billion people doesn't depend on availability of housing and food, but rather on the conscious level of decision makers. It is only consciousness we lack, nothing else. The world today, a glimpse, if you see that the food wastage, one side dumps tons of food to the waste in the oceans and landfills in order to maintain steady prices. On the other side, millions die of hunger. Clothing wastage, one side dumps millions of tons of barely owned clothes into the ocean. The other side struggles for the basic clothing. The medical equipment wastage, one side dumps functioning medical equipment for newborns. The other side, millions die without access to very basic medical equipment. Food and shelter wastage, one side faces home foreclosures and empty, lacked homes. The other side faces homelessness to the millions. You see, the one-third food wastage, food poverty to which leads to 35 million. If you see the food wastage facts, one-third of the food produced in the world for human consumption every year, approximately 1.3 billion tons gets lost or wasted. Food losses and waste amount to roughly US 608 billion in industrialized countries and the 310 billion in developing countries. 155 million people in 55 countries or regions face a food crisis in 2021, adding the number has now increased to 265 million due to the COVID-19 epidemic. Even if just 1/4 of the food currently lost or wasted globally could be saved, it would be enough to feed 870 million hungry people in the world. 35 million people dying from hunger worldwide. A child dies from the hunger every 10 seconds. Food diets are linked to 20% of all death worldwide. $5.25 billion discarded equipment, no medical care for 100 million people. US medical waste will attain 5.25 billion US dollars by 2027. Among regulated and unregulated clinical waste, around 80 to 85% can be reused. Unused supplies in medical facilities are often discarded unnecessarily rather than stored for later use, adding even more unnecessary garbage being carted away to landfills. A reprocessing industry saving 50 million pounds of medical waste from landfills and reducing costs to hospitals and surgical centers by over 544 million. The world's poorest countries are paying some of the highest drug prices, with everyday medicines costing up to 30 times more than in rich nations. Half the world lack access to essential health services. 100 million still pushed into extreme poverty because of health expenses. Clothing wastage. If you see 100 billion garments are produced each year, with 33% going to landfill. Every year, 59,000 tons of used and unsold clothing end up in chilly form from all over the world. Every 10 minutes, an estimated 6,000 kilos of clothing and textiles are dumped in landfills. And 1 in 8 children without basic clothes and 1 billion children worldwide are multi-dimensionally poor without access to basic accessories. 22,000 children die each day due to unhygienic around the world. The vacant home and shelter. The world has millions of vacant homes. 42 million of it is 426 million homes are vacant. Roughly 1 in 10 homes in advanced economy are empty. Japan has topped a list of the nation with the highest percentage of vacant homes, with 13.6% of its dwellings not lived in. 1.3 million are in Canada. 27% increase in homelessness is likely due to the economic impact of COVID-19. More than 1/3 of all people facing homelessness services are women and children. For the last 5 years, core homelessness have been rising year on year worldwide. Homeless people are over 9 times more likely to take their own life than the general population. 78% of homeless people report having a physical health condition, 44% of them having mental health diagnosis, and 41% use drugs and alcohol to cope with the mental health issues. Raise the consciousness. Kailasa aims to raise the consciousness level in the world and bring to the fore and the real issues facing the world, and through a specialized process of recycling, facilitating the movement of good quality unwanted items from the haves to the have-nots. This Chaturmasya, the 4 months from July to October 2020 alone, 1 crore people should practice the Samadhi to raise their consciousness, and the 1 crore people should be pulled out of poverty. The donors, it is a great boon to provide to those in need. For the world, recycling removes a lot of hazardous material from the nature, adding to the cleaner environment. For those in need, millions of people around the world will be active and raised out of poverty, hunger, and inadequate health practices due to lack of medical facilities. It's a win-win-win-win situation. Yes, so with this now, so contribute your unused, unwanted item to Ishanya project, to raise the consciousness, to uplift us, the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, not only taking care of our basic needs with all his contributions, and he also takes care of our basic, fundamental seeking, to raise our consciousness, to uplift humanity, to reach our ultimate state of the super consciousness, and to reach Kailasa. For this, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, gracing us with Bhava Samadhi Darshans. And on November 7th, this yesterday, we had the Ashta Bhairava Bhava Samadhi Darshans. And we all experienced Ashta Bhairava Bhava Samadhi and experienced what Ashtabhairava. For those of you who do not know who is Ashtabhairava, I would like to share. Ashtabhairava is a ferocious manifestation of Paramashiva. And there are 64 Bhairavas that are ruling and protecting the cosmos. And these 64 manifestations of Bhairavas are ruled by the Ashtabhairavas who are protecting us. And these 64 manifestations of Bhairavas are ruled by the Ashtabhairavas who are ruled by Mahabhairava, Mahakala Bhairava. And yesterday we had the Ashtabhairava Bhava Samadhi Darshan. The Ashtabhairava Darshans we had are Asitanga Bhairava, Ruru Bhairava, and Chanda Bhairava, Krodha Bhairava, Unmatta Bhairava, Kapala Bhairava, and Bhishana Bhairava, and Samhara Bhairava. These Ashtabhairava Bhava Samadhi Darshans destroyed and removed our incompletions and destroyed our powerlessness to make our way to Mahakailasa. Today, we have few of the devotees, disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism are with us to share their experiences of what they experienced of this, the Ashtabhairava Bhava Samadhi Darshan. And I would like to invite Ma Karunananda to share her experience of what she experienced of the Ashtabhairava Bhava Samadhi Darshan. So welcome you, Ma Karunananda. Thank you so much for joining us and share your experience. Please unmute, Ma. Unmute, Ma.
Nithyananda, thank you for inviting me to share the experience of Ashtabhairava Bhava Samadhi Darshan. What can I say? It was every time the Bhava Darshan Samadhi comes, Swamiji is taking us on higher and higher and higher levels and more powerful darshans. It's just unbelievable what all he is offering to us. And we are so blessed to have Avatar as a guru who is showing us all aspects of Hinduism. It's just unbelievable. I had never heard about Bhava Samadhi Darshan before I met Swamiji. Anyway, yesterday we had Ashtabhairava Darshan. All Ashtabhairavas landed on one day, which was so unbelievable, but Swamiji makes everything possible. The first Bhairava was Asitanga Bhairava, and this time the makeup was very different. And of course, he is decked up with all the ayudhas and ornaments and the shastras, that is the weapons of that particular Bhairava. And it was just, it was very, very powerful and striking, the first one. And then comes the next and the next. When we heard that it was all 8 going to be shown on one day, I was wondering, how is that going to happen? 8, he has to change all the ayudhas, all the ornaments, everything, and come back. But it just manifested so beautifully, so beautifully. I was very surprised to see Bhagavan Vishnu's, one Ashtabhairava, I think, Krodhana Bhairava, holding chakra, shankha, and so Venkateshwara's things, and that was surprising to me. And then all of these beautiful darshans were making us more full, and I felt like we're losing all our incompletions, all negativity that are holding us back, and so powerful. And so the last one was just unbelievable. It was Bhishana Bhairava with Swamiji wearing a kavacha.
Huh? Samhara Bhairava is the last one.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay. And he was, Swamiji was wearing a kavach on his face, which is like a mask, golden mask. And it was so beautiful and so blissful. And he just completely completed us, felt like it. So it is unbelievable what Swamiji is doing. Letting us experience this and lose our negativity, all the incompletions and everything that's holding us back. So much gratitude to Swamiji for doing giving us, just continuously giving us more and more and more things for us to raise our consciousness to reach Sri Kailasa. That's the goal, right? Yeah.
Literally, he is destroying our incompletions, inauthentic identification with our lower self, and making our way to Mahakailasa. It's only an avatar with his infinite grace can give us actions like this and make us experience these oneness space with the highest conscious spaces of various forms of the divine, of various manifestations of Paramashiva. Thank you so much for sharing, Ma. And would you like to join the literally Paramashivoham started, and by experiencing these Bhava Samadhi Darshan, and as all of you know, this Paramashivoham is experiencing our highest state of super consciousness is going to start on December 9th to December 29th. And what are your plans for joining, Ma? So are you joining for that?
Yes, I have already registered my intent and want to manifest it. Requested Swamiji to let me manifest, and with all of these things that we are losing, all the negative things that we are losing, we will be able to definitely manifest it. I am absolutely sure. But everybody has to really, everybody, if you have not already done, please send your register and request Swamiji to manifest for you. And these darshans are going to do it. That's what Swamiji is doing also, starting with Ashtabhairava darshans. And now from today, we'll be getting all 64 avatars of Shiva, Paramashiva, right?
Yeah. So today we are going to have the Ekadasha
Rudras. Yeah. Rudras.
Yes. Yeah. So thank you so much, Ma Karunananda. So now I would like to invite Ma Venkatesha to share her experiences of the Ashtabhairava Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Thank you, Ma Venkatesha, Ma, for joining us, and would like to invite you to share your experiences.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you for for the opportunity to share this powerful Ashtabharava darshan. I can completely relate with what Mark Karunananda said about this darshan. It was completely mind-blowing. It was amazing. It was so intense and so powerful. I felt all the energy in all my cells, and I really felt something happen, a deep, deep cleansing inside my body and inside my all my being. So my body was moving, and I felt a lot of powerfulness. I had the chance to see the movie Kantara that Swamiji advised to see. And I was the blessed one because there was only one session in France, and I could see it. And I really felt the deeper the understanding about this Baba Samadhi Darshan, because in the film there is a war, and it's explained how this war happened and so on. And I don't want to reveal all the film, but at the end of the film, we understand how only this Baba Samadhi Darshan can give peace again in this village. So I understood at the end of this film that everybody should join the Baba Samadhi Darshan, because Swamiji is giving us through this film a powerful message about it, how it is important to attend these darshans and why he's doing this for us. So when I saw the first Bhairava, I saw it was very ferocious, and I understood how much Swamiji wants to raise us up, and to destroy all the powerlessness inside us. So I asked him to do that in me, and I wanted all negativity, all powerlessness to go out. And I think it was during Kroda Darshan, the third one, I think, I felt like to change my clothes and to put a panther clothes to be more in tune with Bhairava, with the ferocity. And at this moment, I did it very quickly, and my big mala of Rudrakshika broke. And for me, it's really a sign of that the karma was broken at this moment. So I was very thankful and grateful. And it's a sign that it's not only things like that, really things happens, really deep cleansing happens in me. I could feel that really. And this morning when I woke up, I woke up with two big, I think it's the biggest incident of family incident in my life, where I felt so powerlessness at this moment. And they happened to be cleared and to be complete. That's what's happened. I relieved 5 times, and I saw the situation completely differently. And I know this will really change something in my life. I know these 2 events were very important, and I already completed, but now it's a really deep cleansing I could feel. What to share? It was so powerful. I thought we had only one, and after the first one, I was already wow. It's what's happening. But when I understood we had all the Bhairava at the same time, the same day, it was really a surprise, a big surprise, and a big gift from Swamiji. I felt we are so blessed by Swamiji, and he's giving us the most beautiful things for us to rise up. Also, the big surprise was also, as Ma said, when the Bishana appeared with this kind of golden mask, and it was so surprising and so beautiful, and at the same time, not seeing the face of Swamiji was a little bit strange, but I asked myself, should he see us? And I remember, yes, of course, he has a powerful third life, so he's seeing us. And I felt he was really completely, even if I didn't see his face, I felt he was completely here, with us, and he was doing also some benediction and things with his arms. So we had the contact also through this day, and it was really Swamiji looking like a deity, you know. It was really new thing to see that, and it was very, very powerful, golden deity. So I love so much the way Swamiji is doing things for us, full of surprise, full of energy, full of love, full of compassion, and I really felt everybody has to be on this Bhava Samadhi Darshan. It's only the beginning. It's a lot of preparation, a lot of a lot of time and a lot of love for us, all these darshan. So we have to be there and to inspire other people to be there also. So I'm very grateful and thankful for what happened yesterday. Thank you, Ma.
Wonderful. So Paramashivoham already started happening to him. So wonderful. So it's a great experience, Ma. Thank you so much for sharing. So for all of you who are listening, viewers, the experiences that are shared are so powerful, and you want to experience, join Paramashivoham, join the Bhava Samadhi Darshan and experiences these glimpses and to experience the ultimate super consciousness, join Maha Paramashivoham from December 9th to 29th. And the registration link is projected. That is paramashivoham.org. You can click on that and you will find the registration link. We will also project the registration link. And now I will invite Ma Sharmi Patel to share her experiences of the Ashtabhairava Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Thank you so much, Ma Sharmi, for joining us today and share your experiences.
Nithyananda Ma, thanks for inviting me to express my Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Yesterday, our beloved Swamiji, Nithyananda Paramashivam, as a Maha Kala Bhairava, gave us all 8 Bhava Samadhi Darshan of Kala Bhairava. And it was very powerful, very powerful. And I was just so tired and just lift me up with my Kundalini's awakened. And it was just like amazing one after the other. They were all so amazing. It was 8, Ashta means 8, and Ashtabhava Samadhi Darshan. Some of them really touch me. Most of them is, so I will just say about a few of them. The Unmat Bhairava. That's Vahana is a horse. And Swamiji had all the darshan, Bhava Samadhi darshan has perfectly with the Vahana and outfit and everything. It's just like describing Agama with Agama. And it was so perfectly. And he's just manifested, in that forms. So each form was very unique and very powerful. So the Unmata Bhairava darshan was like a horse. And for me, it's important because everything you can remove, ego is very hard to remove, the last one. So it's the ego and arrogance. Those are to get removed, that's powerlessness. And you get powerful. So that was very important qualities of Unmat Bhava Darshan. And the second one was the Ruru Bhava Samadhi Darshan. That was Vahana was a cow, and it teaches the enlightenment and the success. And Swamiji is reviving our ancient enlightenment civilization. He's not reforming, he's reviving. And it's very important for us to enlighten and go to Kailasa and be one with, Mahasadasiva. So that was important. And the third one was important for me. It was a Vishna. Vishna is It settles down all your negative negativity influence of enemies. So those are very, very important. And the Vahana was a lion. So it was very, very, all these qualities are important. So make us, powerful and remove all our powerlessness. And so we can be one with the Kailasa and join with Swamiji. And there was the last one was the Samhara, and was Vahana was the dog. And it's very important, very, very important, because it's removed all the negative karmic effect and recharted our karmic action. So that was very, very powerful. So, I mean, each one of them is very powerful. So it's, if anybody hasn't seen them, or don't miss them, because next 40 days, Swamiji is going to give us all the surprise, and with his love and compassion, it's just showering us, all kind of gift. And it's just so delightful just to be with him in oneness. Amazing. I mean, Makarunanda and Venkeswaraj gave us that beautiful experience. So don't miss it anymore. If anybody wants to enjoy the life and get rid of powerlessness and be powerful. And if somebody says, oh, I don't have, I do my action, but I don't get rewarded, then you should have a Rodha Bhava Samadhi, and it would give you the rewarded, your whatever you karma you do, you get rewarded. So each Bhava Samadhi has, whatever quality you need is perfect for you.
That's so wonderful sharing, Ma. Sharmima, that's wonderful. So I invite all of you to join, see the powerful sharings by Ma Sharmi, Ma Venkateshama, and Ma Karunananda Ma. So I invite all of you to experience this Bhava Samadhi Darshan at Paramashivoham, which is going to start in December 9th to 29th, as we are all going to experience the 64 manifestations of manifestations of Paramashiva. So, and to experience another Bhava Samadhi Darshan of Paramashiva, that is Ekadasha Rudra. Today, Darshan, an exciting opportunity at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Rudra, anyone who meditates on Rudra, the Lord of Samhara, will be free from all types of cancers. If you want Nitya Yavana, meaning Yavana means eternally to be young, beautiful, handsome, meditate on Rudra. Rudra is Paramashiva's manifestation of rejuvenation. So if you want to be eternally young, beautiful, meditate on Rudra. Invoke Rudra in your inner space. And that is why in Hindu tradition, people who connect with Rudra and become eternally young and beautiful are called Rudra Kanyas. So I invite all of you to attend today's Bhava Samadhi Darshan at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and experience the super conscious state with all the powerful, the most powerful initiations from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. To experience our super consciousness, the highest ultimate consciousness, experience Kailasa. Join Paramashivoham from December 9 to 29 and experience yourself of Kailasa ultimate consciousness. So I'm going to project the link for all of you to register. So evolve your highest super consciousness self this December with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, experience Paramashivoham from December 9 to 29. And you can put your intention and registration. The links are projected. The kailasa.org/Paramashivoham or simply put paramashivoham.org. So make note of these links and register. Your intention. And if you have any questions, please reach out to us, leave your comments, and we will reach out to you to help you to manifest Paramashivoham. And with this, we will conclude our segment with the Purna Mantra. And thank you all for joining us, and thank you everyone for viewing our segment of this sharing session of the Ashtabhairava Bhava Samadhi Darshan. And join us back today at the Rudra Bhava Samadhi Darshan at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, let us have the Bhava. Let's sit straight to have the satsang with the Bhagavan. Let's sit with a deep space of gratitude and a strong feeling connection. Let's chant the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Annadhan Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Samarambam. Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti Madhyamam. Asmadacharya Paryantam. Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Srimahans, Mahans, Tanidar, Kotari, visitors, viewers, Nithyananda Yogam participants, Kalpatar Yoga participants, Hindu University students, Nithyananda E-Gurukul students, and all the E-Kailasa Vasis. I welcome all of you sitting with us through Nithyananda TV, YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Enlighten app, Kailasa TV, Hinduism Now TV, Twitter, and two-way video conferencing having Nayana Diksha. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Understand. Today's revelation from Kailasa. Life is for contributing. When you start contributing, intense life energy explodes in you. Jiva, Ishvara, Jagat. Listen. Jiva means individual soul. Jagat means universe, including humanity and all the living beings, animals, living beings, sentient, or whatever you call as per the Western standard, non-living beings. In Hinduism, Stavara Jangama, everything is living. Means moving, non-moving. All of them are living. And before building the building, earth is worshipped as a living being. Vastu Purusha Santi means the earth, land on which the building is built is not geography for us. It is biology for Hindus. Understand? So Stavara Jangama, moving, non-moving, all put together is Jagat, universe. Ishvara, the ultimate. Paramashiva, Parameshwara, Paramburul, Parabrahmam, Paramapadanatha, Vishnu, all. You can give any name. The Parama, ultimate, is Ishvara. Listen. When Jiva feels its existence is to enrich the Jagat, Ishvara manifests through him. That's it. Listen. When Jiva feels he is here to contribute to Jagat, Ishvara manifests through Jiva. That's it. Listen carefully. Ishvara wants the auspicious goodness of Jagat. That is why he made it. He is playing. He is doing the Leela of this Jagat because he wants best things to manifest in the Jagat. So, anyone is in tune with Ishvara's Sangalpa, Shiva Sangalpa of enriching the Jagat, universe, he himself manifests through us. Listen. Hinduism is all about contributing. Either you read Vedas, or you read Agamas, or you read Tantra, or you read Puranas. It is all about contribution. That is why even in the war, so much of restriction and so much of righteousness even in the war. Understand? After thoroughly studying all the Hindu scriptures about life, death, war, administration, economy, law and order, social order, enlightenment, after after thoroughly analyzing, understand? I don't want to say I have read all scriptures, but I have read enough scriptures to understand what I am talking. After reading all this, I am absolutely convinced Hinduism is all about life positive. Extremely life positive. Whether it is a simple acts you are expected to do, making rangoli with the rice powder outside your house, in front of your house, or applying marudani in your fingers, mehendi, or applying the turmeric powder for your face and kumkum early morning. Everything is all about life positivity. Life positive, life positive, life positive, life positive. Go on contributing, contributing, contributing. Not only minimum, bare minimum, as low as possible, taking back from the Jagat, but giving as much as possible. Hinduism is all about that. That's it. I tell you. Why do you think Hindus are the richest ethnic community, not only in United States of America and Canada, Europe and Australia, almost all major countries all over the world? Hindus are the richest ethnic community. I tell you, because from the young age, the religion imbibes this contributing pattern. There will be always exemption that is different, but as a rule, anyone living Hindu, practicing Hindu, if he brings up a child in a practicing Hindu way, it'll all about contributing. I tell you, I am so happy. I had amazing examples of contributors in my life whom I can see and grow, and who taught me contributing makes Parameshwara manifest through. The earth. Understand? After thoroughly studying all the Hindu scriptures about life, death, war, administration, economy, law and order, social order, enlightenment, after thoroughly analyzing, understand? I don't want to say I have read all scriptures, but I have read enough scriptures to understand what I am talking. After reading all this, I am absolutely convinced Hinduism is all about life positive. Extremely life positive. Whether it is a simple acts you are expected to do, making rangoli with the rice powder outside your house, in front of your house, or applying marudani in your fingers, mehendi, or applying the turmeric powder for your face and kumkum early morning. Everything is all about life positivity. Life positive, life positive, life positive, life positive. Go on contributing, contributing, contributing. Not only minimum, bare minimum, as low as possible, taking back from the Jagat, but giving as much as possible. Hinduism is all about that. That's it. I tell you. Why do you think Hindus are the richest ethnic community, not only in United States of America and Canada, Europe and Australia, almost all major countries all over the world? Hindus are the richest ethnic community. I tell you, because from the young age, the religion imbibes this contributing pattern. There will be always exemption that is different, but as a rule, anyone living Hindu, practicing Hindu, if he brings up a child in a practicing Hindu way, it'll all about contributing. I tell you, I am so happy. I had amazing examples of contributors in my life whom I can see and grow, and who taught me contributing makes Parameshwara manifest through you. I tell you. When I came out of Ramakrishna Mission, the first ashram I established, I named it after Ramakrishna Mission as Ramakrishna Dhyana Peetham, for my deep gratitude to Ramakrishna Mission that I learned how to do hard work. I never felt I was exploited, I was cheated, and I should start fighting against Ramakrishna Mission. No. I felt, oh God, how much they taught me to do hard work. A great opportunity I got to do hard work, sincere work. You can talk to any Ramakrishna Mission sadhu. They will tell one thing. Oh, Nithyananda, yes, he was our brahmachari. 24 hours he will be working. Workaholic fellow. That's what they remember. We have reminiscences from many of them. I feel extremely grateful that they have given me an opportunity to learn hardworking. Understand? I tell you. Contributors, wherever you go, you will enjoy life. All contributors will always have Lakshmi and I tell you, future is for practicing Hindus. Because the truth is becoming authority all over the world. Understand? All over the world, the truth is becoming authority. One of the best thing I realized in my life, when I am seeing so much of attack on me, the truth I realized is I am making the truth more and more as authority and it is spreading all over the world. That is why the anti-Hindu people are reacting so much. Understand? They may try to create a strategies. Oh, we are not anti-Hindu, we are only anti-Nithyananda. These are all anti-old strategy. AUNTY. They may create more strategies. But I tell you, I am establishing more and more truth as authority. In every field, in the future, only contributors are going to survive. See, you can make fun of me, troll me for a few days when I said there is something more to E equal to MC square. When I make this kind of statements, like I am saying that zillions of universe rays exist for zillions of years and dissolve, get pulled out of delusion and gets liberated. All this happening now without time gap. You can troll me for a few days. But soon, scientists are going to become curious about what I am talking. And they are going to understand I am making sense. And they are going to understand I am really contributing to their thinking and furthering their researches and their new breakthroughs, discoveries to make world better living place. Understand? Once people start understanding I am contributing and I am establishing the truth as the authority, trolls will be trolled. Trolls are fools. They don't have history. The haters are losers. They are not going to be part of the history. Contributors are going to be part of the history. Understand? In every field, in the field of economy, 99% of energy should be contributing economy. Only 1% should be administration. Now, 80% of the people are trying to grab and administer. The bottom 20% people are getting destroyed, literally killed and sucked, forced to contribute. Understand? The Hindu economy is all about contribution. 80% will be contributing. I tell you, all the attack on agriculture, the Hindu agriculture happening in India. Please understand, the Hindu agriculture is literally getting destroyed. I don't know who is going to save. If the Hindu agriculture is revived, the economy of the world will boom. Because the Hindu economy is all about intense contribution. It's not consumeristic. It's contributing economy. Whether in the field of economy or in the field of social stability, I tell you, the idea of charity in Hinduism is to keep the society stable. Taking care of your elders, parents. It is because of the Hindu lifestyle still alive. Indian government does not need to spend billions and billions of dollars to maintain the elders of the India. Elders of India are not at all a load on government, Indian government, because of the Hindu lifestyle and Hindu thought currents. Till the last day, my grandfather was the head of the family and he had the whole money and bank signatory and all the wealth under his control. There is no retirement concept in Hindu family style. And I tell you, the Hindu profession is always father teaches to son, son teaches to grandson, specialization based. Specialization. So always father remains as a teacher and father figure till his death. And you are always remembered by your father or grandfather. My whole village, my nickname is Mudaliyar Peran. Means grandson of the Mudaliyar. Understand the social stability. That is why it is now 10,000 years. Hinduism has faced 5,000 wars. What these simple foolish fellows trying to do some social media attack on me? Hey, we are a 10,000-year-old tradition. In 10,000 years, we have faced 5,000 attacks. All types of wars. And we stood, we won, and we are still thriving. And I am going to be alive for next 200 years. In the body, alive, teaching, initiating, enlightening people. And creating a huge sannyas sampradaya. Building stone temples and universities all over the world. Creating thousands of Sarvanya Pitas everywhere. I am happy to announce one good news that we are getting a property in Sri Lanka. There is in 18 Adinams traditionally, Varani is one of the place. In that 18 Adinam, Varani Adinam is one of the important Adinams. Varani Adinam is the only Adinam outside India. In Sri Lanka, so in that Varani place, somebody is donating a place, we are going to revive that Varani Adinam. Now, I don't know whether that Adinam exists or not. We are going to revive Varani Adinam. There are well-known 18 Adinams like Kanchi Tondai Mandala Adinam, Madurai Adinam, Tiruvavadurai Adinam, Dharmapuram Adinam, Swargapuram Adinam, Sirgazhi Vellalar Adinam. Like that, 18 Adinams were popular once upon a time. In that, one is Varani Adinam. Unfortunately, Sirgazhi Vellalar Adinam and all, we don't even know where it existed, and absolutely not there. Tanjavur Adinam, Sirgazhi Vellalar Adinam, Tiruvarur Adinam and all, we don't even know where it is now. And I am trying to revive wherever it is completely non-existent. I am trying to get a property and revive the whole Sampradaya. So the Varani is one of the Adinams, so we are reviving it. Go on contributing. Understand? It's a contribution through which Paramashiva manifests through you. Of course, we need to tell the world how much we have been attacked, how much Hinduism has suffered, and Hinduism is going through. We have to tell the world, no doubt. But the brand of Hinduism is empowering and enlightening. Understand? Empowering and enlightening and enriching is the brand of Hinduism. Contributing, whether social structure, economical structure, even after being swindled so much by so many invading nations, still India is able to withstand. It is because of the contributing thought current of Hindus. I tell you, Charya Pada. Last few days I am talking about Charya Pada. The whole Charya Pada is all about just two things. Live long, blissfully, enrich the world blissfully. That's all. Everything. Morning, waking up, the moment you wake up, you are expected to apply sacred ash on your forehead. Remembering how whatever you saw in the dream, now whatever you are seeing also will become the ashes like this when you go inside your head again. Remember that and apply the vibhuti. That's it. What you saw inside the head as dreams, what you are seeing outside the head as universe, both are just the same ashes. Remember that and apply. That's it. When you remember that, you will have so much energy, life, strength to contribute. As long as we are alive, let's contribute. Morning, when you come out of your head to outer world, applying the ash, that is the first charya you are expected. And night, when you fall asleep, means when you are going from outside into inside your head, apply the sacred ash. From that to this, the whole charya pada, the essence is live long, healthily, happily, blissfully, and enrich, empower, enlighten, happily, blissfully. That's it. The whole Charya Pada purpose is this only. Isha Vashyamidagun Sarvam Yatkincha Jagatyan Jagad Tena Tyaktena Bunjitama Kridakasya Sviddanam Kurvan Nevega Jijivishecha Daggu Samaha Evam Tvayinanyate Dosti Nakarma Lipyade Nare. Over. The whole Charya Pada. Live hundreds of years by enjoying, renouncing. I tell you, any problem you have in your life, any problem, maybe it is you are struggling in your office without having a breakthrough, you are struggling in your personal relationships without having a completion, you are struggling inside your head, or you are struggling with some anger and frustration, any problem you have, it all boils down to one: not having inspiration. I tell you, solution for not having inspiration, simple solution: watch satsang every day. Anybody, your friend or anyone has any problem, make them watch satsang every day, because Hinduism is all about extreme inspiration. I will go on be giving inspiration. In various languages I may speak. One day I'll speak about yoga, one day I'll speak about puja, one day I'll speak about powerful cognitions, one day I'll speak about Swarga, one day I'll speak about Naraka, one day I'll speak about your stomach, one day I'll speak about Raurava Naraka, Kumbibhagam, Avichi Naraka. But end of the day, it is all about inspiring, contributing. Whether wearing Rudraksha or having Jata or anything, life is all about contributing. When you contribute, wealth gathers around you. I tell you, sincerity and contributing ability is the real wealth. I always felt that is the strength. That is the strength. wherever I saw sincerity, contributing, I saw Lakshmi energy showering, living happily. Understand? End of the day, contributors will be part of the history. False allegations, accusations does not stand. That all that does not stand. I have seen so many people. To become popular, they will attack some popular figure. So that along with that popular figure's name, your name also will appear. You become popular. But how many days those popularities will stand? No. Only contributors stand in history. Understand? You can go on cooking up false allegations, false stories, false theories, try to get false evidences, do all kinds of abuse. But how long it will stand? It can't, it won't. Contribution. Understand? If you see my life, 41 years, 20 years of recorded life, I have continuously, intensely contributed to people's consciousness. 41 years of life, 20 years is recorded, documented from 2000. It's almost documented. See the whole documentation. In the 20 years, I don't know whether 30% or 40% of the days we have video record of me sitting 20 hours, 18 hours continuously and talking to people, initiating people, giving energy darsans, giving spiritual counseling, healing, continuous contribution. Understand? This documented life, 20 years. The amount of work I have contributed, and the temples, centers, ashrams built everywhere. Understand? Contribution stands. That makes you complete blissful. People who try to attack me and get popularity, name and fame, they may try to cook up all these false things and have 1 or 2 days of popularity. But what's the use of that? That's not going to help you forever in the life in any way. Contributing to the world real contribution to the consciousness of the humanity, that makes you part of the history. Understand? Listen carefully. When you decide to contribute to the universe, to the Jagat, to the humanity, Ishvara manifests through Jiva, self. Ishvara, God, manifests through Jiva, self, when the self, Jiva, decides to enrich the universe, world, humanity. Understand? Enriching and empowering life positive is not just moral or good advice, good attitude. No, it is a spiritual methodology for enlightenment. When you give one free meal, your stomach gets pure. Listen. When you give one free meal, your stomach gets pure. Your guts gets cleaned. You decide to give your own meaning for this statement. What I made is the ultimate truth. In every level, enriching, contributing, life positive. In your business ethics, in your relationships, in your responsibility, in your everything. Enriching, enriching, enriching makes you manifest powers. I tell you, it makes you manifest powers. It is a straight way to live in Kailasa and reach Kailasa. If you are giving a wake-up call to your brother, your friend, your teamily for morning Brahma Muhurta Yoga, see, morning 4:30 to 6 is Brahma Muhurta. Whichever country you are living, your time 4:30 to 6 means one Muhurta before the sunrise is called Brahma Muhurta. One Muhurta is 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours before the sunrise is Brahma Muhurta. Best time for Brahma Muhurta is, understand, best time for yoga is Brahma Muhurta. Best time for morning yoga is Brahma Muhurta. Whether you give one morning wake-up call to your teamily person, waking him up or up for the yoga, or you do a simple enriching, inviting somebody to come and receive Atmalinga and start the puja, everything makes you manifest Kailasa space. Understand? All enriching. Or you just press a simple share button of Swamiji's satsang to your friends and family or somebody, all enriching. All enriching makes you manifest Paramashiva. Understand? The only problem Hindus have is we don't tell the world the good things we are doing, and we don't tell the world how much we are attacked and abused. That is the biggest problem. That is the only problem we have. We need to learn. We need to learn to tell the world all the good things we are doing and all the attacks we are going through. Enormous atrocity material generated on Hinduism false allegations, abuses, name calling, cow worshippers, idol worshippers. Come on. You need to know simply planet Earth cannot afford meat eaters. Sooner the planet Earth realizes good for all of us. Simply planet Earth cannot sustain, cannot afford meat eating lifestyle of human beings. Sooner the human beings realize good for the planet Earth, understand that one good thing with the social media, truth is becoming authority everywhere. People have started realizing truth is the only authority. Understand? The future is going to be all for contributing traditions. And you also need to know, no religion is going to have power over people in the future. Only all is going to become traditions. And only the contributing traditions are going to have power over people. Yoga is going to become a largest practice religion because it is contributing to people directly. Puja is going to become the largest practiced ritual on the planet Earth. Nitya Puja, because it is contributing to your consciousness. Powerful cognitions are going to become the principles for humanity very soon. The powerful cognitions I am sharing from Vedas and Agamas is going to become principles for humanity because there is going to be a lot of scientific researches on all these powerful cognitions, and these powerful cognitions will be established scientifically, legitimately to the world. Understand? The job really Hindus need to do is to tell the world. I have incorporated this Kailasa, nation without borders. Kailasa, nation without borders. In a way, I can say whole universe is the Kailasa. Kailasa, nation without borders. I've incorporated in multiple countries. Each Kailasa will function in their own countries as per that country's law, within that country's law. Understand? The Kailasa is revived to do contribution, uniting the nations for contribution. Hinduism, Veda Agamas have great things to contribute to the world. Like the great power manifestation science. the ancient culture and arts, the ancient lifestyle truths, the ancient medical practices and medicinal knowledge, the ancient indigenous cultural heritage and jewelry, perfume, dance, music, in every level, Hinduism has so much to contribute. Veda Agamic traditions have so much to contribute. To share all this with the world, to contribute to the world. Many of the devotees, disciples are creating organizations, sanghas all over the world. Uniting nations for the purpose of contributing to work on religious harmony, to work on world peace, to work on preserving the ancient heritage, to work on protecting the ancient power manifestation sciences and ancient unique religions and traditions, because people are trying to destroy indigenous cultures, the racists and supremacists. Racist supremacists are trying to destroy indigenous cultures all over the world, calling them cult and calling them all bad names and destroying them. All those indigenous traditions have so much to contribute to the humanity and the world. All of them need to be protected. All of them need to be safeguarded. Kailasa is taking up the responsibility of uniting the nations for ancient heritage, uniting nations for ancient knowledge and scriptural storing, uniting nations for ancient sciences, uniting nations for animal rights, uniting nations for children and youth, uniting nations for enlightened beings and avatars, uniting nations for feminine empowerment and gender equality, uniting nations against lawfare, uniting nations against persecutions and genocides, uniting nations for global peace and religious harmony, uniting nations for mental health and development, uniting nations for monks and nuns, uniting nations for mystical and spiritual sciences, uniting nations for nutritious food and hunger-free world, uniting nations for persecuted religions, uniting nations for revival of ancient civilizations, uniting nations for unique religions, uniting nations for yoga, uniting nations for ancient sacred arts and ancient sacred sciences, uniting nations for consciousness studies and consciousness practices, uniting nations for enlightened cultures and arts, uniting nations for indigenous aboriginal nations and traditions and cultures, uniting nations for advocating peace, uniting nations for yogic sciences, uniting nations for family health and development, uniting nations for rights of the immigrants, uniting nations for safe and supportive entertainment, uniting nations for best right spiritual techniques and methods and technology. Understand? Uniting nations for prevention of mass killings. Uniting nations for orphans and abandoned children. Uniting nations for furthering the researches to find cure for HIV/AIDS. Uniting nations for against the atrocities and crimes. We are working in all this line, and devotees, disciples, volunteers are creating organizations in multiple nations to do all this good work. Soon, in the morning satsang, I'll be blessing, giving them spiritual blessings and announcing in which countries, which organizations are legally registered and started functioning. All over the world, work has started happening. Much is done. Soon, I'll be announcing more details. Understand? Hindus need to tell the world what they are contributing in every level. The brand of Hinduism itself is enriching and empowering and enlightening. Hinduism is all about enlightening the world. Empowering, enlightening, enriching the world. Contributing. That is our spiritual life. That is our spiritual strength. That is our spiritual core principle. When you contribute, life explodes in your consciousness. Decision to contribute makes the small flame into Big Bang. Understand? Small flame, Angushta Matra Purusha. The consciousness in you, which is just thumb size, Angushta Matra Purusha, awakened with the decision to contribute, can become Parama Purusha, explode into Big Bang of Parama Purusha. Contribution, decision to contribute. If you read my 41 years of life, 20 years of recorded life, if I had to reduce the whole thing to one line, one word, contribution. I tell you, wherever contribution happens, Parameshwara manifests through Jiva. Paramashiva manifests through Jiva to bless the universe, to bless the world. Whether in the field of health, wealth, life, society, relationships, career, law and order, administration, economy, education, health, medical care, in every field. Hinduism is all about contribution. The Hindu medical researchers, the great Siddhas, they always do research and development to make the medicines, to discover the medicines which are easily available around your home. Understand, that is the beauty. They will always try to come up with a better and better combinations which is widely available. Means making medical care freely available. The whole thought current, again and again I bow down to Siddhas who made health care free in India. Till the time I grew up, I remember literally healthcare is free in the whole village, because we all know simple 50 medicines which we can get from Tiruvannamalai hill, which almost keeps 99% of diseases away from us. 99% of the city is kept healthy. And 99% of the city lives long. I have seen dying before 100 is exemption. Living till 100 is like a regular lifestyle. 90 வயசு தானே ஆச்சு, அதுக்குள்ளேயே வச்சது போயிட்டான், நல்லா தானே இருந்தான். மீன்ஸ் only is 90, he died already, he was all right till yesterday. Fundamental principle of contribution was the core context, whether they do research and development on medical care or they do research and development on law and order issues, or they develop a new law, or they develop the idea of what is valuable socially and what is economy, what for human beings should work, what is poverty and what is richness, what is having, what is not having. Even these definitions are framed based on the core principle of contributing. Who will be respected in the society and who will not? Who will have the best things of the society and who will not? All these decisions are made based on the principle of contribution. O humanity, I request you with folded hands, some one corner of the world, if you just give me few hundred acres, I will keep this whole science alive. Leave it for the whole humanity freely. Fortunately, Paramashiva has given me the power to decode all this Hindu medicinal system, Hindu judiciary system, Hindu social law and order system, Hindu power manifestation system, Hindu mental sciences system, Hindu yogic sciences, the sciences of Hindu biology, Hindu physics, Hindu psychology, Hindu physiology, Hindu chemistry, all this Paramashiva has given me the power to decode. Whatever the remaining scriptures are available with the humanity, Paramashiva has blessed me, and I have collected. Not only I have collected and organized, I can decode. This whole science can be kept alive in any one corner of the world. Just few hundred acres are given for me to live peacefully and exist peacefully. I can store this whole thing alive and contribute it to humanity. Humanity can become better and better and better. I can make the planet Earth so much better place to live. I am here to contribute, and I will continue to contribute. As long as I am allowed to live, I will contribute. I have collected all the remaining available scriptures, maybe 2 crore books. 2 crore means 20 million, I think, books on Hindu physics, Hindu chemistry, Hindu biology, Hindu physiology, Hindu psychology, Hindu law and order, Hindu social system, the power manifestation sciences of Hinduism, yogic sciences of Hinduism. I have collected, and Paramashiva has given me the blessings and power to decode. I have decoded and continuing to decode them. If the humanity, somebody is kind enough to give me few hundred acres in one corner of the world and let me live peacefully, I can keep all these scriptures there and go on sharing with the world, revealing these whole sciences to the world, and go on contributing. I don't need anything other than one cup of curd rice every day. That's all. A cup of curd rice per day over. I can go on be giving this to the world. I can add to the world. I can make the world better place to live. That's all I have to say. Thousands of medicines are described detail in ancient Siddha and Ayurvedic scriptures. Paramashiva has given me the power to decode them, read them, and properly translate and map them to the modern day human language. And I am ready to work 20 hours a day. I just need few hundred acres where I can sit peacefully and keep this library, run a Gurukul where thousands of people can learn this and share it with the world, understand. I am only interested in contributing. if we can decode all this great knowledge, whole world can prosper from this knowledge. Whole world can enjoy from this knowledge. If I prosper, I will only create a university. I will not create anything else. If the Hindus prosper, they will only create education institutions. Because Hinduism is all about giving, contributing. If I prosper, I'll create university, that's all. Kailasa is all about university to decode the ancient sciences and share with the world. Understand? Every day I am sitting and going on decoding, writing notes on my books and writing details on my books. Whether it is making human beings manifest powers, and I have also now started downloading and decoding the science of making animals manifest powers. Whether making people manifest powers or healing, in every level, life is all about contribution, contribution, contribution. Hinduism is all about contribution. I tell you. I really tell you. I do not comment on politics, but this one line I want to tell. If Ayodhya Ram temple is built, India will become rich economically. Because the principles of Rama is all about contribution. If the principles of Rama is revived, if Rama Bhakti is awakened in Indian consciousness, it will become so much contributing. India will become wealthy, I tell you. India will become wealthy, I tell you. Anyone who gives money to build Rama's temple in Ayodhya is contributing for Indian economy. Of course, I have nothing. I am not even a member of any organization. But I'll strongly recommend my sannyasis, my disciples to contribute whatever you can to build Rama temple in Ayodhya in every way. Because Rama is all about contribution. Rama is Tyagaraja. His whole life he has contributed. Even he is sending Sita to forest is his Tyaga. Understand? He was in extremely love with her. Literally, Sita is part of Rama. Like how Parashakti is part of Paramashiva, Sita was part of Rama. But to keep the social stability, he sacrificed even Sita. It was more painful for Rama than Sita, understand. The modern day feminists go on abuse Rama for this one act. I tell you, Rama suffered more than the Sita for sending Sita to forest. It is sacrifice of Rama to keep the social stability. Nobody can contribute like Rama. Rama is embodiment of Tyaga, Tyaga Raja. And we should not judge those great people's act based on the today's modern days situations and social setup. See, at that time, what was the society? How was the situation? All that we should think before judging them, commenting on them. It's not like a Facebook post you read and you put any comment you want. No. I'll contribute in my own way to Rama temple. I don't want to say I don't have anything. Lakshmi is with me. I know. So, we'll contribute. We'll contribute in right way to build Rama temple. Building Rama temple will raise the economy of India. Rama Bhakti spreading is good for whole India in every level. Socially, morally, spiritually, economically, legally, in every level, Rama Bhakti spreading is good for India and the whole world actually, in a way. And Rama temple happening is the best thing, greatest thing for the world. I want to tell this to my sannyasis. All my sannyasis and adinavasis, Kailasavasis, listen. Every minute you are active and enriching and contributing, you will be showered by Paramashiva, fulfillment and completion and enlightenment. And your purpose of life will be fulfilled. Laziness is the devil. Contribution, enriching is Paramashiva's energy. Don't think you need to be monitored and driven. Contributors are blessed by Paramashiva. Paramashiva continuously showers on contributors. Act actively contributing, you will manifest more and more powers and blessings and energy. I have seen all kinds of people. I tell you, contributors are the best people to associate with. Lazy people are not just innocent, dangerous to be associated. Because to protect their laziness, they will become cunning. When they become cunning, how they will behave, even they do not know. So, lazy people are dangerous people. Contributing people are the best people to associate with. I tell you, the greatest blessing I have received from Paramashiva is in the young age. I was brought up by people who contributing continuously to society, to the humanity, and set a trend of contributing as lifestyle. Just see the autobiography of the Avatar website. I think now almost 1,000 slides they have put, collecting, presenting all the different events. If you just see the 1,000 slides, you will understand. The whole 1,000 slides, one line caption if I have to say, contribution to humanity. Contribution to humanity. So today's essence of satsang, understand, when jiva, individual self, decides to contribute to the universe, Jagat, Ishvara, Paramashiva himself manifests through jiva. And example is my life, autobiography of the Avatar. Put this and share with the whole world. Autobiography of the avatar.org. And I tell you, today we will have Vakyartha Sadas in the Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook profile on how to contribute and make the Kailasa ecosystem around us. How all of us can contribute and make the Kailasa ecosystem around us. Contributors live happily. Contributors live as Shiva, Paramashiva himself. So now, I'll connect all of you with the space of Kailasa, with the grace of Ganapati, Nandi and Paramashiva. You need all three blessings and Devi. Of course, all gods and goddesses, mainly Ganapati, then Nandi, then Paramashiva and Parashakti. Of course, Subramanya and all the gods, all of them exist. Let's connect with them and experience the space of Kailasa. Sit straight, chant Mahavagya intensely. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. So with this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhatvaita Saivam, Paramashivoham, the eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.